Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today is probably my most special video yet because I'm introducing you guys to my daughter. This is Courage Drew Barlow, and she's like, what? She's currently a week and 2 days old, and we are just so in love with her. So I just thought that I would come on and introduce you guys to her. I did film some of my labor, so I should be posting that semi soon, but I'm just so excited to share her with the world, and we're just so excited to see who she becomes. And I wanted to just like share a little bit about her name. So obviously Courage is not like a typical name, but it's really cool because God actually just gave us her name like way before before I knew Andrew, and then also just when Andrew and I were dating. So one year, the year that I met Andrew, my word of the year was courage, and I just really felt like in that year that I would have a daughter one day and I would name her Courage. And it was a super unexplainable thing. Like, I don't say that lightly, but I just fell in love with the word. And then basically when Andrew and I were dating, I was wearing a ring that said Courage, and I just like knew what that meant in my heart. And we were at dinner one night, and Andrew was like looking at my ring and talking about my ring, and he was like, this is gonna sound super weird, but I actually have always loved the name Courage for a person. And I was like, what? We were like so new into dating that I didn't even say anything. I was just like, okay, cool. So long story short, that ended up just becoming our thing while we were dating, while we were engaged. And right before I found out I was pregnant, I actually bought Andrew a card that said Courage, dear heart on the front of it, and I was just gonna like write a little note in it, and I forgot to give it to him for our anniversary. So a few weeks later I ended up finding out I was pregnant, and I gave him that card, and I was like, okay, like maybe we're having a daughter, and if we are, her name will be Courage. If it's a boy, then I don't know. And yeah, and then we found out she was a girl, and she was who God put on our heart all along, and we just love her so much. And we don't really know what her name means. I think it's really cool that God put it on our heart so early, and it speaks a lot about who she's gonna be. I think it'll be a reminder to her to be courageous, but that I also think that she will be courageous for her generation, and I think she'll lead so many people to know Jesus. And I think she's just gonna be bold and fearless, and even if she has fear, she's gonna conquer over it. And yeah, we're just so excited to see who she becomes. She's been such a good newborn baby, and motherhood has been such a crazy transition. There's been hard days, hard moments in every day probably, but there's also been like the most joy and like the coolest experience I've ever like walked through. So yep, this is her. She needs to go to sleep right now. So we are gonna go just chill on the couch together, but I wanted to introduce you guys to her, and this is the start of our journey together, which is so cool, and I just love her so much. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.